You know, I find myself growing more frustrated that we as a world are witnessing a genocide in modern times. And we just sitting here scared to say things because for a lot of reasons. People were being scared of being canceled. People were being scared of being called anti-Semitic. We need to be able to disassociate Judaism with Israel like we can disassociate Islam with Saudi Arabia, meaning that Islam is now a world religion. It's traveled in every country in the world. Yes, some countries have more Muslims than others. Some are 90%, 98% Saudi Arabia, Muslim countries. Judaism is a world religion. So this fear of being called anti-Semitic because you condemn a government like Israel for committing genocide on a people, on innocent children, when if they are the most sophisticated military in the world, then they should be able to put boots on the ground. And a lot of those innocent casualties, wouldn't be able to occur. But we should be able to condemn this action and not be able to be called anti-Semitic. Because being anti-Semitic is condemning the Jewish religion. The religion, to the sense that you think all Jews don't need to be here. It's nothing to do with the government occupation. Just like the government occupations of America. People in America are different than the government's actions. I remember one time I was in England and during the George Bush years, and I was performing a poem, and one of the dude was like, "Oh man, I ain't supporting you. You're from America, George Bush." And I was like, "What? I don't even like the motherfucker. What are you talking about?" We have to be able to disassociate things with atrocities that we see, that we want to condemn. That, if you take away religion, if you take away color, it's human beings. I had a conversation with someone earlier, and they said one of his coworkers asked him, what can we do? And that's exactly what he told him. He said, well, first, take away the black, take away the white. Then you see, the problem. And he said they were like in awe when they just took away the colors. Like, damn, these are human beings. But man, wrong is wrong. If you want to get down to it, what you really are seeing, if people are going to let this just ride and, defend the actions of an oppressive government like this, what you really are doing is being anti-Semitic, because the Palestinians are the original Jews. The Jews that were kicked out of the Holy Land were Palestinian. The people didn't go anywhere. The religion did. Where do you think the Muslims came from? You think they came from other countries? No. They converted to Islam. That's all it is. If you read your history, you see where the UN helped make a state of Israel, separating the Jewish and Muslim territories in the early 1900s. And that's when the Baltic, from the Jews from Baltic countries, like Christianity spread. So did Judaism. That is what happened. Jews from other countries migrated back to the Holy Land in different phases, called Aliyah. In the early 1900s, after the UN approved it, the UN, I forgot his name. Oh man. It was a man, I'm forgetting his name, but he basically said what we need to do. We need the UN support. We need to go to the UN and tell them to make a pathway for us to reclaim the Holy Land. And that is what you're seeing. That is why the Jews today don't look. That's why the Jews in Israel today don't look like the Muslims in Palestine. Because it is an extension, if you want to say, it's colonialism. It's the 51st state of America. Joe Biden says it's in their best interest to have Israel to an Israeli state. An Israeli state. 51st state. You know, so we need to be able to see the difference. This is in religion, in government, in people, before we make our emotional assessments. You know, if you look at Tel Aviv, it looks pristine, it's gorgeous. There's no bombs going off in Tel Aviv. You're witnessing the genocide.